What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you're new to this channel, I am Gold Pony. I do new car, truck, SUV reviews on YouTube, and today we're in the brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE, courtesy of Mercedes-Benz of Hagerstown in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. So today we're in this one because there's actually plenty of changes for the 2024 model year. Not only that, there is a decent range that comes available for the EQE 350 as well, and just flat out, electric cars are fun to drive. I don't think there's any denying that. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, all that fun stuff. So having said all of that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. And so MSRP for the EQE 350 Plus will start at $77,900, and yes, that means rear-wheel drive. EQE 350 4MATIC, meaning the all-wheel drive, that one starts at $77,900. But as you can imagine, with those two different configurations, there's two different power plants as well. So you're going to get a single electric motor for the rear-wheel drive variant, and then dual electric motors for the 4MATIC all-wheel drive. Power numbers come in at 288 horsepower either way, but 564 pound-feet of torque for the all-wheel drive, 417 pound-feet of torque for the rear-wheel drive. 0 to 60 time approximately 5.6 seconds. Top speed 131 miles per hour in case you were interested. And the range comes in at 279 miles for the rear-wheel drive. That's plenty impressive there. 253 then for the all-wheel drive. You can do a 10 to 80% charge in approximately 32 minutes. So like I said, the range, that is not that bad of a range, quite honestly. So I got no issues there. But changes for 2024, I wanted to touch on those real quick. All-wheel drive models can now preserve energy and boost range by turning off the front motor when it's not needed, so that is definitely pretty cool. Also, the climate control system switches to a heat pump, which should help improve the range then as well. But so then, before we do any kind of fun acceleration test here in the EQE 350, I wanted to mention to you guys the drive modes. In typical Mercedes fashion, it's labeled dynamic. Right down here, it stands for dynamic select. Drive modes will include eco, comfort, sport, and individual, adjusting things like the throttle response, the steering sensitivity, and the suspension settings as well, at least when the particular EQE that you have is equipped with the airmatic suspension. So if anybody is curious about the paddle shifters, because we do have them, they're not actually for shifting through any gears or anything like that in traditional cars. They actually adjust the energy recuperation level. So if I hit it a bunch of times on the left paddle shifter here, it's gonna bring you basically to a full stop. That's that full one pedal drive. If you hit it to the right, it's more like a traditional car where you hit the brakes and all that fun stuff. So anyways, I hit it all the way to the left because I love one pedal drive mode because it saves you on brake pads too. But anyways, having got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find a straightaway. Let's put the acceleration here to the test, and let's see how quickly we can get our new 2024 EQE 350 here up to speed. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go! Oh my God! I still have my turn signal on. Ah! I love electric cars, man. They are so much fun to drive. It's ridiculous. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach. It's just like that initial acceleration is just so ridiculous. That 564 pound-feet of torque, whatever I said, you can feel that. It is insane. Ah, it's like a freaking roller coaster at an amusement park or something. That is absolutely ridiculous in the best possible way. I love it. And it doesn't even have to be an EQS sedan or anything like that to be insanely fun. This thing is insanely fun. Oh man, it gives you that feel in the pit of your stomach. It's amazing. Anyways, I'm rambling. To go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. So braking has actually been tuned for the 2024 model year to improve the braking feel and also boost the energy capture during regeneration. Of course, 60-0 stopping distance, that comes in at 122 feet as far as braking feel goes. It's fine. It's on the firmer side of things, and when you pair that up with the left paddle shifter here with the one pedal drive mode, it's absolutely amazing. It instantly brings you to a stop. So 122 feet, by the way, that's insanely respectable for an SUV. Most SUVs will get the upper 120s, if not the 130s. So well done, Mercedes-Benz, with that. Then touching on suspension and handling, a four-wheel multi-link suspension does come standard. Adaptive damping suspension, though, also coming standard on the EQE 350. What that does is it monitors each shock absorber individually, not only adjusting to the road imperfections, giving you a smoother ride, but it also tightens up that suspension during heavy cornering, giving you better handling as well. So it does give you the best of both worlds. I love adaptive damping suspension, so I'm always a fan when I see that. But then you got the adaptive air suspension as well. Like I said at the beginning of the video, that is optional. So it is something else you got to pay for if you wanted to go that route. That of course is going to give you the very best ride quality humanly possible, but it can actually also raise up the suspension by an inch. So if you're going off-road or something like that, you could also use it for that if you wanted to. But anyways, as far as ride quality goes, it's been 100% perfectly fine on my short little test drive here today. Definitely one of the smoother rides, but what really impresses me is the lack of cabin noise. The cabin noise in here is almost non-existent. Now it's starting to rain, of course, but it's super serene. So very little road noise, very little any kind of wind noise coming into the cabin. So I absolutely love that. As far as steering feel goes, it leans on the heavier side of things, which I also love. You guys know I like a heavy steering feel. If you watched my videos before, it instantly points you with the direction that you want to go. So big fan of that. Touching our rear visibility, I can see 100% perfectly fine out the back. So because of the shape of this one, you really shouldn't have any issues there either. Rain sensing windshield wipers though, I got them on right now. They do also come standard on the EQE 350. So whenever it detects any kind of mist or rainfall, it's going to automatically turn on those windshield wipers for you. So one less thing you got to worry about so you can better enjoy the drive in the EQE. But that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, you guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350, finished in Cirrus Silver Metallic. And yes, I am under my umbrella right now. It is downpouring, but anyways, let's go ahead and start with where this one is made. Taking a look at the VIN, first character is the number 4, indicating that the EQE 350 is actually built and assembled in Alabama, the US, which is kind of interesting because most Mercedes-Benz that I see are built and assembled in Germany, but maybe it's because it's an electric vehicle. But starting up front, flat panel front grille, of course, will come standard since it is electric. LED headlights with LED daytime running lights do come standard as well, along with the automatic feature and automatic high beams. So if you have your high beams on at night, since it's a vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically dim them back to low beams. Then when the vehicle is gone, it's going to automatically bounce it back up to high beams for you there. So pretty cool little feature there. And overall, it looks a lot like the EQS, but in smaller form, I guess, since it's the EQE. But the one thing I want to show you guys is this cool Mercedes lettering found on the front windshield as well. But anyways, that pretty much rounds out the front end of the EQE 350. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. All right, so now since we are around to the side of the EQE, silver window surrounds, of course, do come standard. Rear privacy glass, EQE lettering found on kind of just in front of those front mirrors there. That looks pretty cool. Body colored power adjustable side mirrors, of course, do come standard. They will be heated with LED integrated turn signals, and they will actually be power folding then as well. Also love the flush door handles, which of course are popped out right now because this car is not in motion, but that is pretty cool. It's going to assist with aerodynamics, of course. As far as the wheel setup goes, 19-inch 5-spoke aero wheels do come standard, and there are plenty of different wheel options available, including this AMG 20-inch design that we have with us here today. I think they look absolutely amazing, but the one thing I want to show you guys on the side, you guys could probably tell on the front fenders there, what is that? I'm going to show you guys because I actually had to ask when I originally saw these come out, because the EQS I should say, but I didn't know what it was. But let me show you. This is actually for your windshield wiper fluid. That's why that's there. It's so random. You would think you would pop the hood and put the windshield wiper fluid there, but nope. This is for your windshield wiper fluid, in case you guys were curious. But anyways, that pretty much rounds out the side profile here. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. And so now since we are around to the back of this one, all the way to the top, you will find no shark fin antenna. Always a clean look with Mercedes-Benz lately, so big fan of that. But just below that, rear spoiler with an integrated brake light. Just below that, rear window wiper. You do have LED taillights. They do come standard across the board. Like the LED light bar, kind of ties together the two taillights too. That looks pretty darn good. And of course, just below it all, you will not find any exhaust because this is an electric vehicle. Typically, I do an exhaust clip at this point, but you don't have to do that in this one. So let's just go ahead and make our way to the interior of the EQE, which honestly is even more impressive. All right, so now since we are around to the back of the EQE, when it comes to opening that rear tailgate, it is a power tailgate. That does, of course, come standard. There is a button on the key fob, but the coolest way is to press in on the upper portion of the Mercedes-Benz logo. It's kind of the James Bond 007 way, and it is automatically going to open up for you then. But once opened up, cargo capacity, according to Mercedes-Benz, behind that second row comes in at 14 cubic feet. Of course, there is a 40-20-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down, bumping that up to 55 cubic feet. So tie-down anchors do come standard back there, of course. They're chrome plated. There's some grocery bag hooks back there. actually a 12-volt power outlet. Of course, you got a cargo cover, a little bit of netted storage in the back corner there on the driver's side. And if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you actually do have a decent amount of in-floor storage, to my surprise. So that was pretty cool to see. But then making our way up to the rear legroom, that comes in at 40.6 inches. For reference, I'm even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in that second row there. Rear ventilation does come standard. Rear USB charging ports also coming standard. There is also a rear center armrest with not a cup holder, but a cell phone holder. Something Mercedes-Benz does, but heated rear seats if you wanted those. It comes with a winter package. Winter package goes for $1,500, gives you heated steering wheel and a bunch of other things as well. So that's how you're going to get the heated rear seats. But now let's go ahead and make our way up to the front seats. 12-way power adjustable front seats do come standard memory settings for both the driver and the passenger side. Love that. You usually just get it for the driver's side, so big fan of that. Heated front seats do come standard. You also get energizing seat kinetics, which can adjust the seat cushion and backrest on an ongoing basis, basically while you drive. So that was pretty cool. I actually noticed that a little bit, so big fan of that. MBTEX upholstery comes standard. Leather is optional. Ventilated and massaging seats also optional, so that pretty much rounds out all the seat specs there. Overall, as far as the seat comfort goes, in my short little test drive here today, it was amazing. All the seams are vertical as well, so there's no awkward horizontal pressure points or anything like that. So seat comfort, 100% on point, no issues there. Then taking a look at this steering wheel, this all-white steering wheel that we have with us here. It is tilt and telescoping, it is power adjustable, it is leather wrapped, and like I just said, it is heated if you go with the winter package, but I love it. Its 10-2 grips are definitely on the thicker side of things. So now let's go ahead and make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key. All of your buttons are on one side of the key there. Lock, unlock, the button to pop the rear tailgate there. The lock button is the Mercedes-Benz logo, of course, but it is all keyless entry with a push button start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button located just to the left of the infotainment screen. But once started up, 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster does come standard, and Mercedes-Benz always crushes it with their gauges. And the main thing that I love about their gauges is if you press the home button on the left side of the steering wheel, there's so many different loadouts. There's this amazing looking 3D sport loadout that I should have kept in while I was driving because it looks amazing. Very rarely will you find 3D style gauges, and this is one of them. It is amazing. There's understated, there's also classic, there's a navigation setup up there. You even got an off-road setup. That's pretty cool. But classic is pretty cool, but understated is nice too. But that sport, man, that is so stinking cool, man. 3D gauges, you gotta love it. Of course, it gives you everything else you could possibly want, how many miles you have left, kind of until you have to recharge. There's also outside temperature, trip A, all that fun stuff. So pretty much everything you could possibly want on the gauges up there. But now, let's go ahead and make our way to overall interior quality. A panorama roof actually does come standard. It goes all the way into the back, so the rear passengers definitely have a view of the sky as well. Garage door openers can be found just below that frameless rear view mirror for up to 3 different garage doors there. You got dual zone climate control coming standard, illuminated door sills, 64 colors of ambient lighting, which Mercedes-Benz always does an amazing job with because it's so bright. It's around the climate vents up here as well, so that's definitely done very nicely. Wireless phone charger does also come standard on the EQE, and there are a bunch of different looks you can kind of configure on Mercedes' website if you wanted to. We have this Mercedes-Benz star pattern found just above the passenger side glove box and kind of surrounding the infotainment screen here. That's one option. There's plenty of other options. You could probably go with a wood option. I didn't really check that into it, but usually Mercedes-Benz has wood options as well. But overall, definitely looks very nice. My favorite part is this navy blue contrast with this light leather that we have here. And then there's some kind of bronze or rose gold accents going throughout this one as well. So it's actually got those accents, or copper accents, I should say, through this navy blue suede kind of finish. It's like a micro suede finish, in case you guys were curious. So absolutely stunning interior quality in this Mercedes-Benz EQE as expected. Even all of the finishes surrounding the power windows, it's all a texturized silver finish. They didn't leave that alone. Got aluminum speaker covers as well. We'll test out the sound system here in a little bit, but also a ton of storage just below the cup holders here. I almost didn't even see that. You got USB charging ports down there too. There's an elastic strap so things don't slide around. Mercedes just thought of everything, man. This interior quality is second to none. It's absolutely amazing, but you do have a couple cup holders here. You got a little bit of rubberized storage. Then within the center armrest, there is a ton of storage within there. I feel like that goes down forever there, but anyways, amazing interior quality. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the infotainment screen though. 12.8-inch OLED color touchscreen display, Bluetooth and audio streaming coming standard, but wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so there's no pesky wires that you're gonna need in this one unless you wanted to have them. You got option there. Got your climate control information up there as well if you wanted that. There's some off-road statistics. That's pretty crazy. I like seeing that. Of course, you could check out your ambient lighting settings up there as well if you wanted to. Got some driving statistics up there along with your radio information. And so when it comes to the sound system, there is one of them, and it is a 15 speaker Burmester sound system with 710 watts. That is absolutely insane. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next here. Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. It just keeps crushing it. That's an amazing sound system. Again, you got aluminum speaker covers. I just realized that the ambient lighting brightness setting was on the very lowest, so I just jacked that up and now it's even better. This is insane. That is an insane sound system. The bass and the clarity were 100% on point. Mercedes just continues to crush it. But last thing I wanted to mention to you guys on that infotainment screen, of course, is when you do put the EQE in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. It's so high definition, you can even see the rain droplets as it is raining here. You also got that panoramic view monitor to the left there as well, which by the way does come standard, which as always is going to lead us into safety. And so to start, front side curtain airbags do come standard. You got a driver's knee airbag up front as well. Rear side impact airbags, they go for $700 in case you wanted those. Also in the back, latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard, attention assist, active brake assist, Mercedes-Benz emergency call service, Parktronic with active parking assist, front and rear cross traffic alert. Usually you find your rear cross traffic alert, but very rarely have I ever seen front cross traffic alert. That's pretty cool. Blind spot assist, lane keep assist, and crosswind assist then as well. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts of the EQE, I would say the interior quality is number one. That is the first thing I noticed when I got into this one. This cannot be beat. This is insane. So one pedal drive is also equally impressive. I always love electric vehicles that give you that one pedal drive because not all of them do, believe it or not. Decent range as well. Again, you can get 275 miles with the rear wheel drive variant, 253 with the all-wheel drive. So nothing wrong with that. And the acceleration, this thing is incredibly quick. Specifically, the initial punch is like a roller coaster. It's absolutely insane. So absolutely love that. As far as room for improvement goes, there's not a ton of space compared to some of the competition. 55 total cubic feet, 14 cubic feet behind the second row. That's really not a whole lot, but it may be enough to get by. It depends on what your personal situation is, I guess. And the other thing is, and this is something that bothers me about all electric cars, and maybe the technology will come around in the future, but 32 minutes to charge to 80%. So if I were to take this thing on a vacation with my kids in the back, it would take 32 minutes with them screaming and being bored for this thing to charge up to 80%. So in that particular situation, maybe for me, it's not a good vehicle, but there are plenty of situations where it may be the perfect vehicle for you. So I'm a huge fan. I'm just saying. Let me know what you guys think of the EQE 350 in the comment section below. That's about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and social media stuff if you want to see what's coming next on the channel before it gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews, because that is what we do here on this channel for 10 years now. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know. I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay gold.